Next time I opened my eyes this morning, the sun was pouring in from the window to paint warmer squares of light across the sheets. I left a nice patch of drool on the pillow. A thin layer of crust is built up on the corners of my eyes. I blink, yawn, roll over to my side. Kitty is still asleep next to me. On her back, face pointing at the ceiling and jaw slack. Thin whistling snores punctuated breaths. I smile, and frown. Last night, a gurgle of nausea returned to my belly. After I clenched my eyes shut to ward it off. Try not to think about it. Everything will be fine. It'll work out. Had to hope that. Keeping my thoughts trained on anything but that is liable to send my mind down a dark path, so I won't soon return from. So instead, reach over and gently take Gidget's hand in mine, softly intertwining my fingers in hers. Gets a little snort in her sleep, but otherwise doesn't move. Smile and let my eyes fly closed. Maybe I'll sleep just a little bit more. I've given it all of 2 minutes before the sound of approaching footsteps catches my attention. Not just any footsteps. Fast footsteps. Strangely crisp. Someone is slapping the floor, or running bare feet. Door slams open. So with a start, a head leaping up somewhere near my voice box. Next to me, Gidget grins with a wince of her brows. It's... Oh. Hi. You weren't who I was expecting. I was honestly expecting either the rabbit or Genzo running away from trying to be eaten. Yeah. Looking altogether nothing like the smoothly pressed, unflappable Cecil I've become too familiar with over the past 48 hours or so. Wearing nothing but his boxers, his normally slick back hair is a flowing mess of curls. Cecil? Gidget pushes herself up on her elbows, brows raised in confusion. There you are. Cecil wipes at his forehead. I woke up late and ran to your room, but you weren't there, and I admit I may have panicked slightly. He sees the two of us just staring at him. He needs to finally register what he must look like. The gaze drops to his appearance and it is instantly straightens. Apologies, ma'am. Appear to be a bit out of sorts. Gidget rests her chin in her hand with a little wink. It's okay, Cecil. It looks like you had fun. Seems to only increase his discomfort. Probably drops his gaze. I'm to inform you that breakfast is served in the kitchen, whenever you're ready. That sounds great. Thank you so much. It'll take us a bit to get ready, though, so feel free to go make yourself presentable. Gidget's having a hard time holding back her laughter. Thank you, ma'am. Cecil gives one bow, then another, then ducks out the door. Okay, bye, Cecil. Hear the sound of his bare feet padding down from the floor, or from the door. Talk about a jump start to your morning. Gidget turns to me with a grin. Shall we get ready, then? She looks back to herself. There's some of the burst of anger from last night. Eyes still soften when she looks at me. This assuages the lingering anxiety I hadn't even realized had been playing cast cradle in my ribs. Sounds good. Doesn't take us too long to get ready. Gidget heads back to her room for a change of clothes. Find my own clothes freshly cleaned and pressed on one of the chairs. Interesting. But paying the strangest of it no mind, instead slipping them on with all the grace of a half-dozing sloth. Here there'll be coffee for us. When I open the door to step out into the hallway, greeted by a rabbit attendant. Shall I take you to your breakfast, sir? He asks with a bow. Oh, sure. Sounds good, yeah? Another bow. Then we're on our way, through the corridors and down the grand staircase, past the other attendants cleaning, dusting, and polishing the castle trimmings. I reunited with Gidget and Cecil in front of the large set of double doors. Gidget gives me a little once-over. Her eyes stopped halfway up my frame. I started to giggle, and I looked down to see my fly wide open. Ah, fuck. For fuck's sake. Cheeks burning, I quickly zip up my front. This is already shaping out to be a great day. This way, please. Nearest attendant ushers us along and opens the door to reveal a grand dining hall. Long tables stretch across its center. The table is already piled high with food. Eggs, toast, meat and cheeses. Bowls and bowls of fruit. Eyes practically bug out my head as my stomach gives an unsightly growl. Guided to the far end of the table, where we're seated to the right of the grand throne at its head. Looks amazing. Gidget has her hands to her cheeks as she takes in the side of the feast. She is not wrong. Immediately the sight of it sends a little curlicue of anxiety out through my belly. Yeah. We've been through this before, and I'm sure we're gonna be served a roast again so soon. Take it away. As the door bursts open, taking me half out of my chair in surprise. Hey, dear friends. So good to see you alive and well on this fine morn. One walks us in, arms outstretched as though about to make some sort of proclamation. I trust you both slept well. Oh yes, very well, thank you. Gidget is all smiles. Everything was just lovely. All was over. Hands clasped behind his back and shit-eating grin practically engulfing his face. Passes by Cecil, standing against the back wall, and I don't miss a little smirk who shoots him. Cecil straightens up with a cough. Wonderful, wonderful, yes. All slides into the throne, nudging back into the pillows, grabs a glass from the table and raises it in the air. One of the attendants rushes over to fill it up with juice. I'd like to make sure my guests are well taken care of. Well, you certainly outdone yourself with the feast. Gidget reaches towards her to grab a muffin from a nearby basket of pastries. Yes. The benefits of staying the night. This would be a new experience for you. All sorts of juice in his glass. Perhaps the invitation has never been enticing enough. Gidget bites down into the muffin in disinterest. Don't miss the way Olam's eyes follows her every movement. Till they suddenly shift to me. You're being awfully quiet there, Ricky. Straighten up with a start. Me? One tilts his head with a amused grin. Tired from the night's activities? I cough, reach for my glass, pulling down half of my glass with juice. Fortunately, a door in the back opens at this moment. Our dressing kitchen and tie wheels in a large cart. More trays of food. Silver lids gleaming in the chandeliers. Oh no, here we go. Oh, perfect. The main course. Yeah, I knew we shouldn't have left Genzo alone, but... yeah, I think, apart from the... What was it, the third arc? Where he didn't get cooked? No, it was the second arc, wasn't it? Where he saved us. Every other time he's pretty much been cooked alive. Just about. Hopefully, with the fifth arc, he will actually survived this time. Ola scratches idly at the underside of his throat, simply watching as the attendant approaches the table. He's giving a steamy plate of food, gorgeous arrangement of potatoes, eggs, and greens, with a sizzling sausage steak in its center. So grasp for a second time. I quickly dig in, taking to it as though I haven't eaten in days. Smells amazing. Gidget sighs next to me before doing the same. She cut off a piece of steak and bring it to her lips, cheeks flushed pink with joy. Make her 3 or 4 bites before I notice that Olam is watching us. There's his chin in his hand, just sitting there, a little smile playing on his face. Pause, blink. What is it? Or just laughs. Oh, nothing, nothing. Just happy you're enjoying your meals is all. Raise a brow as I bring another bite to my tongue, chewing it slowly. I swallow it, come to a realization. Look out across the table, at the empty chairs, the far door, back toward them. Where's Gensu? I finally ask. His head pops up at this. Oh, true, I haven't seen him since last night. Now both of us look at Orlin. Face hasn't changed. Still just staring at us. Still just smiling. Then his eyes widen ever so slightly, pupils dilating. Yeah, maybe we should just stay quiet and enjoy our meal and just remain naive about the whole situation and just never asked about Genzo. His smile, it spreads and spreads, curling upwards, taking over his whole face. I see him start to shake before I hear the chuckle. Begins as a nasally twitter, grows into a throaty warble that makes the tips of his bangs shudder. Finally, his head cocks backwards, gorse racking his entire body, and he falls back onto the pillow of his throne, hand to his forehead. Laughs and laughs and laughs. Laughs as though he can't control himself. High-pitched chipmunk-like series of shrieks that bubbles up from his lungs and echo throughout the entire hall. His legs come up, kicking out in fits of delirious ecstasy, his feet slapping against the arm of his throne. But he can't seem to finish his thoughts, tears glimmering in the corners of his eyes as laughter continues to monopolize his larynx. Then, a shrill squawk that robs the air from his lungs. You're eating him! My muscles freeze. For a moment, it feels like my heart itself has stopped. Glance down at my plate, the steak, half eaten, just laying there in pools of juices. My fork falls from my fingers. I bring up my hands to my mouth, eyes bulging. No. This, it can't. It couldn't have. Happens before I can stop it. I hear rushing from my stomach, but on the stomach acid rising. My shoulders heave and I vomit everything I've eaten straight out onto the table. It lands with a sickening splutter all over my plate and silverware. This just makes Olin cackle even louder. Pounds his fist onto the pillow of his throne, tears streaming down his face. Can't seem to move. Can't seem to comprehend. Next to me, Gish is looking similarly horrified. Face is sickly grey and her hands to her throat. Finally, something inside me must snap, because I screech back from the table with an ear-splitting screech on my chair. Rise to my feet, my knees shaking. Room feels like it's spinning. Bring my hands to my head to try and steady myself. Almost sitting up now, still blinking back tears. You don't like it? A pity. Here I thought we have such a long future together. Guards, he squeals, after returning. Seize them now. Doors fling open, guards surging into the room, which is enough to clear my head in an instant. Throw a terrified glance at Gidget, who's already up and out of her chair. Holy fuck, this music has no right going this hard. God damn. Cecil pulling her to her feet. We need to get out. Door on the back. Barely have time to yelp before I'm leaping out of reach of an incoming guard. Running, my heart beating out of my chest. It goes 120 miles an hour. Go sailing, shoulder first into the door. Get in Cecil right behind me. Find myself in the castle kitchens. A second later, guard bursts through after us. Let us scream. Jump into the right and out of reach of his groping arms just in time. Hit the ground hard, pain shooting out through my spine. I don't let it stop me. Can't let it stop me. Can't stop, won't stop, I guess. Already my fingers are clawing at the ground in an attempt to put further distance between myself and the yellow eyes of raging rabbits. Catch it, I screech as I scramble to my feet. I see her, on the other side of the guard. I see Cecil throwing half-right glances back and forth between me and the assailant. I fling an arm out. Just go, find a way out, any way you can. And grab a pot from the nearby rack and throw it at the rabbit's head. This stops him for all of 1 second, then he comes charging towards me. I allow myself one more glance at Gidget, enough to see Cecil dragging her in the opposite direction, while I turn tail and run. I go careening around a tray piled high with dirty dishes. The momentum and slick surface of the tile doesn't do me any favors. I go flying into a rabbit cook carrying a tray full of freshly baked pie crust. Cook yelps, crust go flying, and I go flying. Scooting past him, grabbing onto anything I can to propel myself forward faster. There's cooks everywhere, scurrying from one station to the next, moving food and ingredients and utensils. Other doors opening, knives hacking at bone. Don't even have time to think. All I do is run, skating between one culinary scene after the next, listening more screens as I go. Behind me, guards continue charging, pushing his way through little regard to the additional havoc he's wrecking. Around the next corner, I spy a gleaming cool rack packed full of trays. Fling towards me, giving it a hurried, desperate shake and sending the trays toppling out, all to fall in a cacophony of tiny crashes. Or tinny crashes. Very different words. This draws the attention of the nearby cooks and with a set of tongues. Ah, shit. Sounds something I can't make out before charging forward. Little yelpers are all out of the way. Crawling around feet, crawling through falling food scraps, scrambling and scurrying across the tile as my heart threatens to beat outside of my chest. I only see a door ahead of me. My final burst of raw adrenaline, go barreling towards it, bursting out the other side with such force that I'm nearly sent straight back to the floor. Something quiet, something calm. It throws me off guard for a moment. Back in the hallway of some sort. Long empty hallway lined with doors. Wide my forehead, trying to figure out what to do, mind racing. The sounds of yelps and clashing cutlery behind the door behind me. Or beyond the door behind me. At least I don't have time to sit here and sort things out. Take off for the nearest door. Oh, this is a familiar sight. Wrenching it open and throwing myself inside. Then I just sit there. Back to the door, heart beating, sweat leaking down my neck. In another moment I hear sounds from outside. In metal footsteps, a whole flurry of them. But though they stop for a second, they ultimately carry on down the hall, echoing off the floor and ceiling. My shoulders fall, let out a breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding. I'm safe, for now. Let the silence wash over me, allowing it to calm my racing heart. Throw a glance up at my surroundings. Where am I? It's dim, but not so dim I can't see. When I step forward, the ground crunches beneath my feet. Look down with a start. Straw. Whole floor is covered with it. The sight sends an uncomfortable gurgle up through my belly. Who's there? Wait. This makes me jump. So flummy and small. So small. So lost in all the darkness. Wait. He's still alive? The pain that threatens to rend my heart in half. Realize I already know who it is. Take a step forward, and another. Come close enough to see him. I drop to my knees. My whole body is shaking. Genzo? Voice catches. Oh my god, what has he done to you? Jesus fucking Christ. His arms are chained to the wall, his upper half slumped forward, heavy against the restraints. Yeah, so much for getting his eyesight back, I guess. White cloth wrapped around his eyes, only it's no longer white. Red, practically black with blood. Dried and caked, layers and layers of it. And it's staining his cheeks in heavy streaks that wind their way all the way down, past his chin and throat. Thick, crusty lesions adorn his body, haphazard patterns. Skin pulling and curling away from the muscle beneath the melted fabric of his clothes. And his... I guess that's where the meat was coming from. Bring a hand to my mouth, fingers trembling. His legs are gone. Cut off mid-thigh, stumps capped with bloody bandages. 2 fleshy lumps sticking into the straw. Is that you, Higgs? Think about the way he says it sends tears to my eyes. I have to clutch my hand to my mouth to stop the wail from leaving my throat. It's me, I say softly, once I regain control of my voice. It's me. I bring my hands to my cheeks, thumbs trembling against the skin. Sorry, I never got to congratulate you last night. Teeth clenched together so hard I'm surprised my teeth don't crack. Why hot heat sears the back of my throat. Probably won't be able to throw that bachelor party for you either. Kenzo. Oh my, what a tearjerker. Fuck. I should have known he wouldn't be too far away. I jerked back, heart throwing against the sides of my chest. I could already taste the bile rising to the back of my throat. He's there, just watching us on the other side of the room. So quiet I hadn't even noticed he came in. Olam oozes forward like a shadow in the night. Veins casting his face in lurid contrast. Also just realized he's got a fucking meat cleaver. Great. And yeah, it seems like the roles are now reversed. Instead of me chained up to the wall, it's now Genzo, but he has definitely had it much worse than I did, because at least I only just got shocked a few times. Bony fingers are wrapped around the handle of the butcher's knife, and he's twisting his back and forth in casual inspection, almost as though bored. Unfortunately, I'm more partial to comedies, although too much tragedy in my life. Why not fill it with laughter instead? I was laughing quite a lot last night, wasn't I, Genzo dear? Genzo winces, drops his gaze. Alarm draws closer, and I instinctively scurry backwards, pushing myself up to my feet with a swallowed gasp. Olam isn't interested in me. Wanders towards Genzo with a little shake of his head, tutting beneath his breath. It was show-stopping, wouldn't you agree? A grand spectacle worthy of the stage. And all of it orchestrated so perfectly. Sends with almost graceful fluidity, mounting Genzo's lap and cradling the other man's chin in his hands. We prized our well, oh so well. The heartbroken drunk, the hopeless hopeful, both of us desperately clawing and scraping for something just out of reach. Twisting his face up the side of Genzo's cheek, up into his hair, eyes closed and as he breathes it in. Second, he doesn't move. Then, a smile. It grows and grows, stretching across his face like a snake uncoiling itself. But this time, a laugh showing at the base of his throat. This time, I made sure you couldn't leave afterwards. His old shoulders are shaking with it, laughter spilling off his tongue as his fingers wrap themselves around a handful of Genzo's hair. Let's see you run away on those little legs of yours now. His eyes go wild, teeth grinding together as he pulls Genzo's head backwards, and he throws him to abruptly stop, face going blank. Turns around, looks at me, his eyes dilate, and he smiles. Icky, sings as he rises to his feet. Really have gone in over your head this time, haven't you? Oblivious little Wiggy really wants to make everyone happy, but she can't. That's the problem, you see. 'Cause our Wonderland doesn't actually exist. There isn't a place where all of us can be happy. He presses on with a grand show of pageantry. So you can try all you like, but the ending will always be the same. Drops his arm and shakes his head. Just what am I going to do with you? Wait, so does he fully remember everything then? Cause he is right. It seems like the ending is always the same. In the end, we always get our wish, and it does not end well for everybody, so. And it starts towards me. A panic twist in my heart, I jerk backwards. Back across the straw. So fast my feet slip from under me, I go down hard. But I still keep crawling, away, till my back hits the wall, my hands dig into the straw, breath hot and fast on my lips. All I can do is look up at him as he walks over, stone wall cold against my back, straw poking against my palms, arms, my legs, my lips. Everything is shaking. Got a sense of hopelessness running through my veins. All I'm seeing is nonplussed, unhurried in his approach. Simply stands over me for a moment, isolated in apathy, for his face twists into a grin. He's on me in a flash, up and in my lap, but he hits pressing against mine as his hands go to my shoulders. He smiles, sweetly almost, affectionately. It's okay, look at you, trembling like a lost kitten. Threads his hair through my hair, healthily combing my curls again and again. We can decide what to do with you together, You'd like that, wouldn't you? Throw with a hick in the back of my throat, a nod. Try to blink back the tears gathering in my eyes, but this just sends them down my cheeks instead. First option is, of course, the standard option. Yeah, I've been a bit naughty after all, sneaking into my stores and fraternizing with one of my high security prisoners. Brings the knife up, pushing the flat side of it up against my chin and twisting my head first left then right. Tilts his head. Such violations would normally be enough to send you straight into the pot. Emphasizes each word with slapping the knife against my cheek. Then he sits back with a shrug. However, I am nothing but a benevolent ruler. A humanitarian, you might say. Plus, we do have a long history together, don't we? Now the knife goes to my throat. Traces the tip of it down the collar of my shirt, tugging against the fabric. There are other rules you might feel around the castle, places where you could be useful. Then lower, across my chest, carve a shallow groove into the skin that quickly becomes dotted with pinpricks of blood. Of course, I can't let you off that easily, so you still need to allow me to a taste. But from where? Lower, across my belly. My skin is softened and knife digs deeper. Perhaps something you won't miss. Lower. Well, so much for my family jewels. God. What's it with everybody wanting a piece of my family jewels? Not the good kind of wanting either. Came a straight line down from my belly button. Breath comes out faster and faster, hyperventilating. That would certainly make our mutual friend jealous, wouldn't it? But that's okay. I've taken over for him. It's a part of me now. Now I'm the one with the evanescent witticisms, crowd-pleasing antics, dashing sense of disregard for society's rules. Lower. Tied tip of the knife is sunk inside the skin now, probably wearing up around the front. Vision warping, twisting in and out, dust dancing across my eyes. What about you, Iggy? What will I get after devouring you? Hey, do you mind? Hey, that's my blood you're licking up. You're not gonna turn into a vampire, are ya? I mean, you're a cannibal, so... Anyway, I can just barely make out the shape of his head dropping. Feel his tongue against my skin, warm and soft as it laps up the growing puddle of blood. Will everyone love me, Iggy? Fuck, I can't. Who do I start rolling back? That's when I see it. Gidget? Is that something dark behind him? Hazy and contorted. Shadow rising out like a beast out of the gloom. I only have a split second to question my eyesight before. Leave my fiancé the fuck alone. Hell yeah. Thank you, Gidget. Glad we brought you along. Gidget screams, a deep guttural cry. Sinks a pair of kitchen shears straight into the back of the woman's neck. One's body goes completely rigid against mine. His eyes stretched wide in surprise. Look at him. He looks at me. Then I look at him. Then he looks at me. Tip of the scissors has pierced its way all the way through the front of his windpipe. God, what is it with you and scissors, Gidget? Both of us watch as a bubble of blood forms between his lips, larger and larger, before popping across his chin. Forms a gooey waddle red saliva from the bottom lip that drips down onto my shirt. Hell, didn't really need the sound effects. Gidget yanks the scissors back out. Gush of blood that follows splashes up and onto her hands, face, dress, from it washes splattered, speckled crimson. It colors the very air red. Smell of it filling my nose and lungs. Almost shudders. Then crumples. Limp on top of me. It looks like he's fallen asleep, curled atop my chest. Blood oozes out and across his back, staining his shirt and hair, seeping into the fabric of my clothes. Can only stare at him, pupils trembling. I blink. Blink again. Whole body feels eerily cold. The world around me strangely unreal. Means that we even as Gidget tosses aside the scissors, holds out her hand, fingers red and shiny in front of my face. Come on. It's not a show of resistance. It's an order. So I take it. Fingers slick as they intertwine. Let it pull me to my feet. I will slides off in the process, going belly up in the straw. Looks so tiny now. Like he could get lost in all those dried up stalks. Oh, just a moment before, seemed to tower over me like an insurmountable behemoth. Wipe up my face, still shaky and dizzy. Clothes are a mess, mixture of mine all in its blood, covering it with thick, heavy splotches that glisten even in the dim light. Don't say anything, just breathing in the weighted silence. Till the door opens with a slam that nearly sends me into shock. Oh, hi, Cecil. Well, it looks like you've been busy. Cecil rushes in with his face tense. Only pressed clothes are a twisted, rumpled mess, decorated with red splotches of their own. See what looks like a kitchen knife in his hand. Takes one look at Gidget, at me, then at all on the ground. Come on, we need to get out of here. Whole castle is looking for us. Gidget nods, pushing back strands of hair that have gotten stuck in the blood of on her neck. She starts towards him, I follow, then stop. Again so. Heart clenches. Fuck. Guys, wait. Some of managed to form words. Not even sure how at this point. Sheer desperation, I suppose. And when both of them turn to look at me, stumble way back to Genzo, still sitting and limp against the wall. Genzo? I start, voice shaking as I drop to my knees next to him. Doesn't seem to hear me at first. Is he even awake? Or maybe he... Give his shoulder a little shake. This seems to roust him. Sees no twitch. Then he raises his head. Guy here my burger menu ate yet? I swear this place has the worst service. Genzo! Shake him again. Was cracking at the effort. He shakes. Easy on the goods. I just had a major operation, you know. Blink back at the tears flame in my eyes. Genzo, they're coming for us. We have to go. He begins stomping towards us, one hand pointing at the door. We have to go now, Iggy. They'll be here any second. Just give me a minute, I bark back, harsher than I meant to, which is enough, apparently, to even stop Gidget. Turn back to Genzo. I'm sorry, I say softly. What are you sorry for? He sniffs. You didn't ruin anyone's life. Well, but me, that's like my shtick. Bring my hands to his cheeks. It's okay though. Every group's gotta have one bad egg. Also, that always fucks everything up for everyone. I slide him down towards his shoulders. Can't shut up. That's my problem. Try. Still, the shit just comes running out of my mouth. Towards his throat. Thumbs bruising across his Adam's apple. Except when I actually want it to, then it gets stopped up like my mom on B night. Fingers are trembling. And now, they're staring me down my throat like the world's biggest cock. I can't say it. I can't fucking say it, Iggs. It's okay. You don't have to. I know. Then, a squeeze. Genzo spasms instantly. A choked, fleshy gasp burst past his lips. It jerks against the restraints. Body goes ramrod stiff. Stops the leg kicking out in futile panic. I squeeze and squeeze. My hand's shaking. Someone's pushing straight into his larynx. I realize with dread that my lack of strength against the width of his neck is going to make this impossible. So I shudder with a hitch in my throat. I climb up into his lap, above him, pushing down, using the full weight of my shoulders to press and press. Still gurgling and sputtering, still spasms beneath me. It takes everything I have to keep my balance. Keep myself steady. Keep my weight trained on that single spot on my throat. Fuck. My chest hiccups. Fuck. Not yet. But it's too late. Vision warbles as hot, stinging tears fill up my eyes. Running like rivers down my cheeks. Before I can even realize it, the throaty cry is buzzing in my lips. It grows louder and louder. An anguished wail of frustration. I throw every last ounce of strength I have into my hands, my fingers, my thumbs. Then the sputtering stops. The choking stops. I feel against his body. Give one last shudder, one last kick. Then go still beneath me, sinking into the straw. I stay there a moment longer, blinking through the tears, blinking through the pain, and sink 1,000 miles back to the floor, releasing my grip on his neck as my body crumples in on itself. Skin feels numb, breath stilted, hands cramping, aching. Clasp them together, unable to stop them from shaking. Fingers still curled, they rattle against each other. I'm sorry, Kensu. Sorry for all of this. Sorry for me. A touch on my shoulder draws me out of my daze. I look up, at first not even comprehending what I'm looking at. I realize it's Gidget. That's right. I need to get out of here. We're in danger. I need to leave. Fuck me, man. Why did that have to be so sad and depressing? I mean, I was hoping we could maybe take him with us, and I don't think fuck. I don't think any one of us could have been able to carry him out. Not that he'd survive anyway, but I feel like shit now. Fuck me, man. Holds her hand out. Now take it. Stumbling over my feet and moving. Out of the stall. Back into the hallway. Back into it, I guess. We don't even have fucking time to grieve. Not that we're gonna remember it anyway. I mean, I fucking will. Don't know about any of them, because I'll probably just forget about it in the next loop. Lucky them. God, I wish we could forget all this, but anyway, back to running and racing. Everything is passing by so quickly. Flashes of gold and red. Try to stay focused to Gidget's feet. with Gidget's feet as I run, mimicking her hurried steps. The only thing I can latch onto to keep myself pressing forward as everything else bends and twists around me. Follow your movements to the left. Guards. Whole battalion of them. Cecil shouts something and leads us to the right, down another hallway, past window after window, in and out of the cascading sunlight. So loud now, a thunderous cacophony in my head, stampeding footsteps echoing off the walls. Just as we're rounding another corner, the door to our left flings wide open. Guard comes charging at us. Grabs Gidget by the throat and slams her against the wall. I myself rooted to the spot, frozen, able to so much as scream. While across from me, Cecil already has his knife raised and is flying at the rabbit. Mistress! Leads straight out onto the rabbit's back, yanking back on his ears and stabbing the knife again and again into the exposed area of the rabbit's neck. Rabbit screeches and releases Gidget, who stumbles away with her hand to her throat. Run, mistress! Cecil shouts right before the rabbit grabs him by the hair, flings him to the floor with a horrific crack. Cecil! Gidget shrieks. Somehow this spurs me into action. Finally I'm moving forward, grabbing her wrist, pulling her after me as I run. Pemmel down the hall, streaking across the carpet. A door. Just up ahead. Ew. Again with the fucking sound effects. I throw a quick glance toward backwards just in time to see the rabbit bring his giant iron boot down on Cecil's head. And here we thought we were out of the clear on seeing someone's head be smashed in. I guess not. Gidget lets out a wail. Reach my head forward. Keep moving. Go flying into the door, shoving it open, lurching out, pulling Gidget, pulling my sluggish legs, out into the open air of the castle gardens. We're out. But he can't stop here. Keep sprinting. Past the bushes and trees, fountains, past the towering castle walls, past the bridge and moat, the path curling back towards the village. Chef left and start towards the distant trees, away from the castle, away from civilization, away from any chance of running into more guards. I hear Gidget's breath behind me, coming out in short, ragged bursts as her feet pound against the ground. Once we're near the trees, and there's still no sign of any guards behind us, I begin to slow down. Slower, easing off into the trees, till we're walking, stumbling, tripping over rocks, branches, each other, as we clutch at the tree bark for balance. Finally, we stop completely, hands to our knees, coughing and wheezing and gasping. I taste blood on the back of my throat, my tongue, my lungs. Lungs feel like they're on fire, like I'm breathing through a straw. Leaning against an overhead branch, clenching my eyes shut, as I focus simply on sucking oxygen up into my lungs in great, greedy gulpfuls. As my body starts to calm back down, and my head is no longer spinning, throw a glance at Gidget. She's just standing there, gaze pointing at the ground, one hand clenched to her chest. Face dark. When she sees me looking at her, she smiles. A sad smile, but a smile nonetheless. We don't say anything, suddenly grabbing each other's hands and renewing our forward trek. Onward through the trees, past trunk after trunk. Coiling brush, branches that can't scratch out our cheeks and necks. On and on until we reach a clearing. Clearing with a cabin at its center. Sitting there quiet and tenacious. We look at each other, then to the cabin. There's something about it that draws me in, like a string leaning straight to the door. Gidget must feel it too, because without saying anything, we start towards it, answering the tug, allowing it to guide us forward. Don't even bother knocking. I open the door, walk inside. It's warm and strangely comforting. Even there's something cooking atop the stove, filling the air with a delightful sweet scent. Isn't this lovely? Gidget finally says, breaking the silence. We're all cabin out in the woods. Brings her hands to her cheeks, taking the cozy ambience of the wooded interior. It is nice. I scratch at the back of my neck. Everything seems so familiar somehow. Look around. A guy gaze jumping from the stove to the table to the bed. Something about the bed sends my insides into a twist. Shake my head to clear my thoughts, jerking away. Gidget turns her gaze back to me. She seems to notice my current state for the first time. Oh, Hickey, cries Cloud. Let me get you cleaned up, okay? Takes my hand softly, gently leading me to one of the chairs at the table. When she has me seated, she wanders over to the little kitchen area, fetches a bucket, already filled with water, a rake from a nearby rack. And she slides into the seat across from me, puts a rag into the water. Here. Starts on my face, simply running in the wet rag across my cheeks and chin, pressing it against my brow. Feels wonderfully cool, wonderfully calming. Leaning into a touch, needing it, craving it. Moves onto my chest, lifting my shirt out to let the cooling fabric slide across the bloody slit, without touching me up the middle. She is delightfully gentle in her ministrations, soft, tender pats that sting at first, give her way to easy coolness. My poor little rabbit. Lips tremble as she observes the damage. What did he do to you? Carefully, extra careful around my belly. The blade had gone in the deepest. She wets the rag again and again, simply holding it against the wound, rather than actively wiping. Till the caked on blood finally starts to loosen and blot away. When it's finished, she fetches another rag, strikes me to hold it against my belly for a few minutes until it could start to clot. Make some tea for you while we wait. Like that, wouldn't you? A little tea to heal the spirit. Rosen kisses the top of my head, while wandering back over to the kitchen area. She begins scrounging around the shelves. Watch her a moment, and let my gaze fall. I forward on the table with the chin in my hand, just breathing, taking it all in. Despite I'm still trying to clear my mind. Yes, don't think about it yet. Don't let your mind wander to it yet. You need to keep it together. If you succumb to your thoughts, succumb to the pain. I press my lips together, and my eyes fully closed. I must almost fall asleep, because when Gidget places a small mug of tea down next to me, jerks me backwards with a start. Go softly. Here you are. It sits back down across from me, another mug in her own hands. Tea smells amazing. More tendrils of sweetness curling up inside my nasal cavity as I breathe it in. When I wrap my hands around the mug, I feel the heat travel up and across my arms, a comforting warmth. Thank you. Bring it to my lips, take a sip. Tastes good too. Gidget watches me, smiles. Tilts her head. This is nice, isn't it? Just the two of us, enjoying a little moment like this. See a tiny touch of pink rise to her cheeks. Feels very domestic, somehow. It does, doesn't it? Take another sip. I can feel the liquid filtered down into my belly, warming me out from the inside. Everything that happened, got a bit worried, but I think things will turn out just fine. Reaches her hand across the table. So long we're together. I lift my hand to join hers, fingers wrapping around her palms, just relishing in the comfort of her skin. Then try to pull it back. Can't seem to move. I blink. From my brows. Try again. I cannot seem to make my muscles work. In fact, my whole body seems to be slowing down. Please don't tell me you fucking drugged my drink, Gidget. Lethargic. Doing this, my other hand slipping down and out of my lap until the mug goes clattering to the floor. What's going on? For fuck's sake, Gidget, can't you be normal for like a few minutes? Especially after what we just fucking been through. Yeah, Gidget is still smiling at me. See her stand up. Place my hands gently back on my lap. Don't worry, Iggy. Everything's gonna be fine. I open my mouth to respond. Can't seem to form any words. Instead, my jaw simply goes slack. I'm going to fix you. This is exactly what I was dreading, because, yeah, this, arc definitely did come with a strong content warning about SA. It's only a matter of time before it happened. This is exactly what I was dreading when coming into this arc, because God knows what we've already seen Gidget be capable of. Wait, what? What's going on? Everything's happening too fast and my brain can't keep up. There's that little moan as I try to say something, my tongue like a limp worm in my mouth. It's the only way, Iggy. Face goes suddenly stern. She stomps her foot on the ground with such force that it makes the windows rattle. See, I just couldn't figure it out. I thought and thought. Why would this place do that? Why would it give me everything I want? Make it so perfect, then stop short right at the end? Making me crazy, Iggy. Why would it do that? After everything I've done? Goes quiet for a moment. Eyes dark. My mouth twitches. But then, I figured it out. I laugh. Face looks different. Eyes wide. Pupils shrunk. She's giggling. Giggling. Bring her hands to her cheeks. It was a test. A challenge. The place is testing me. Can't just give me everything. I need to prove myself. Prove I'm worthy of the ultimate life. It'd be too easy otherwise. Gidget. Finally managed to eke out. It sounds more half-grown than anything else. 'Cause there's no other way, Iggy. No other way it would work. Everything has to be perfect. You don't understand. I'm going up too much. It can't be all for nothing. My fingers are digging into the skin of her cheeks. Need to be perfect. You need to be perfect. We need to be perfect. You need to make me perfect. Or else everything will fall apart. Body curls inwards. I can hear her breath, ragged. See the tears glimmering in her eyes. She takes a moment, just staring at the ground. Staring through the ground. And her arms fall to her sides. She smiles. Walks towards me. I'll make this right. You're just broken, that's all. But I can fix you. I can fix us. Hooks her arms under my legs and around my back. Lifts me from the chair. Head falls back limply as my arms splay to my sides. Like a broken rag doll awaiting salvation. Can I be so happy, Iggy? Places me down on the bed, just gazing down at me, her eyes quivering. It's you and me, our own family, our own perfect life. And begins to undress. Can you watch in horror as her dress flutters to the floor? Gidget, no. Gidget, please don't. Iggy. Try to shake my head, lips sputtering uselessly. Join us for us, Iggy. Climbs on top of bed. top of me. Get it? You don't need to do this. Never needed to change. I was the one who was wrong. I want you to be yourself. Come back, Gidget. What do you want, Iggy? Her hands on my shirt, rising up above my chest. You'll see, Iggy. You'll see how good it is. You'll see how perfect I am. Perfect for you, your angel. I try to move my lips. They slip and slide against each other uselessly. I keep trying. I need to. Make it stop. Make this stop. Bring her back. Bring back the Gidget I know and love. What do you wish for more than anything else in the whole world? Now she's moving lower. Fingers to my fly. Again and again I try to form my words. Always the sound dies from my tongue in a intelligible hum. What's that, Iggy? I see her tilt her head to the side, gazing down at me lovingly, adoringly. What has this place done to you? What have I done to you? Clench my eyes shut, focusing everything I can on pushing the words out my throat, cross my tongue past my lips. Make it stop. This Gidget brow's arc. Look changes to one of confusion. Stop? You can't stop, Iggy. This is the only way, don't you see? The only way it can be fixed. The words are already out, and when they hit the air, everything was sealed. Next moment, the door swings open with a slam. Hey, Box! Do my fucking rescue, although you're gonna kill both of us. But I don't fucking care. Died too many times already, so what's one more in the bag? Gidget whirls around as Bucks walks in the door. And Bucks takes one look at the scene in front of her, eyes dilating in surprise before stomping towards us. What the fuck are you doing? Bucks, this is... I can explain. Gidget scrambles off the bed, arms braced in defense. Bucks just grabs her around the neck and throws her against the far wall. Fuck yeah, Bucks, do it. A gut-wrenching snap as she collides with the wood before tumbling to the ground. Then she's shaking, groaning, trying to crawl away. Bucks, stop. Bucks, please. I see a tendril of blood work its way down her forehead, tracing the curve of her nose. This isn't what you think. We were just... Just what? Break into my house? Stealing my stuff? Buck stomps over, standing over her, just watching. Picks Gidget back up as though she was nothing more than a twig. Flings her into the kitchen. Gidget goes flying into the shelves with a crack. Dishes and pots and food stuff falling in a flurried series of clatters. She's wailing now, scream after scream, shoulder heaving with every throat-wrenching cry. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Bucks brings her hands to the side of her head, clutching at her hair. Gidget doesn't stop. She only shrieks louder. See Buck's eyes go positively livid. Never shut up. Never shut up. You never shut up. Head snaps to the side as she surveys the room. Then walks over to the stove and snatches up the still hot kettle. I'll make you shut up. Watch her approach Gidget. Raise the kettle over her head. Then bring it down. Okay, honestly I was thinking you were gonna make her drink hot steaming water, but I guess that works too. It's a horrendous thud, dull and heavy. Guess it chokes, sputters. Then Again. One meaty thwack after the next. Again and again. Till all I can hear are fleshy smacks interspread with Buck's ragged breathing. A puddle of deep red is forming across the floor, seeping out from the kitchen towards the table and bed. Phil is goes on forever. Gidget's head and face are near unrecognizable, but keeps swinging and slamming the kettle. The final squelch, the edge of the kettle snaps straight through her skull. I see Buck stop, staring down at her, slowly rise to her feet. She stands there, hands, face, and neck, everything red. Shoulders are heaving, even with every breath, sending the blood on her hands back to the floor in scattered drops. Paint the wood in a rhythmic stack, whatever that was. Then she must realize something. She turns around, turns towards me, readjusts her grip on the kettle. I can only watch as she starts over, watch as she peers down at me, hair tilted in curious introspection. Watch as she raised the goo-bedecked kettle back over her head. It's okay. I knew this was coming. Knew as soon as the words left my mouth. I'm fine with it. Just want it to end. Want all of this to end. Goodbye, Iggy, Buck says, and brings the kettle down on my head. Oh, and yeah, that is it for Arc 4. Well, hell yeah, I'm liking this music. Very upbeat for what we just fucking went through, but Jesus Christ. Yeah, I had a feeling I was not going to enjoy this arc. I mean, poor fucking Genzo. Man, I feel fucking bad for having to put him out of his misery, but Jesus Christ. And yeah, then the whole thing with fucking Gidget. Yeah, like, I get that she's, like, confused with her place in the world and everything, but damn, girl, you really do not need to fucking go that far and do all that to poor Iggy. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, definitely makes me... makes Gidget probably my least favorite character of all, the way she treats Iggy. But, yeah, we've still got one final arc after this, so... which I'm assuming is probably going to be Buck's arc, because that's the only character we have left, which I'm kind of excited for, because we unfortunately haven't gotten to see much of her, because, yeah, as I said before, apart from the, like, barbecue party thing, we've only ever seen her, like, towards the end of these arcs, so, yeah, I can get the feeling it's going to be really fucking depressing, because we already gathered that she's done something horrible to her own child, so, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess I'll see you in Arc 5 then.